Hey folks, this is the Fee family. We are on our way to go see Star Wars: The Last Jedi. That's right. Who we got in the car with us?
Tiffany, or Tifftastic.
In the back seat, who we got?
Landy Calrissian.
You can't see him. And Isaac is already at the movie theater.
Isaac already went and saw Justice League, and he's sitting there waiting for us to show up.
What a day to see Justice League
Gotta love a
and
snow
The
day.
Last Jedi. That's like totally up our.
It makes the snow day more special for the kids.
Yes. So hey, we are on our way right now to go see Justice League, or not Justice League. We're on our way to go see The Last Jedi.
You might be, but we're not.
No, we're going to see The Last Jedi. I got the tickets. You ain't getting in without me. But hey, we are on our way. Just wanted to check in real quick, and we will see you
On the
in
other side.
a few. All right, folks. So here we are. We are in the theater. Shh. Now we got about 40 minutes. I'm here with Tifftastic, obviously.
Or today it's Grand Tiff Tarkin.
Grand Tiff Tarkin for Star Wars. And then we got new friends here.
Nice.
Jordan, what would your Star Wars name be?
Jordan.
Mine is Grand Tiff Tarkin. Landon is Lando Calrissian.
Really? Oh, that's pretty fitting.
I'm
yeah.
Enosh Fett.
Enosh Fett. That makes
Yes.
sense.
Gotta have a
See,
call.
I haven't thought about this enough to give you an answer.
You have to come back around and have one.
Okay,
Maybe.
so a little tip. I drug Jordan here tonight. I shamed him into coming to see Star Wars.
Yeah, so shamed.
Yes, because he told me we work together, and Jordan says to me tonight before we left that he was going to see Ferdinand, the cartoon,
Yeah.
with John Cena as a bull. So I have to ask you, Jordan, for all of our subscribers and viewers out there, what would prompt you to see Ferdinand
On opening Star Wars.
on Star Wars opening night?
John wants to know your answer.
Put like that. That's really.
That's John, by the way, and he wants to know.
When you put it that way, I don't know how I'm going to answer that. Scheduled time to see Star Wars later, and this guy over there wanted to go see the Bull movie. Throwing you under the bus.
Oh, it's his fault.
Yeah.
Do you have a Ferdinand name?
No. You know what? The Ferdinand saga, we don't really do names, but I'm a big fan of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I really think that I'd be like Brandon Wan Kenobi, maybe.
Who?
I know you didn't ask me that.
I
question.
didn't hear your name.
Brandon Wan Kenobi.
Brandon Wan Kenobi. I like it.
But really, I don't know why Jordan's blaming me, because it was all his fault anyways. Because I said, let's go to a movie, and he says, well, I'm going to meet my future wife at this young adult thing on Saturday.
I said that. You said that.
You
So
heard it
nice
here,
try.
folks. You heard it here first. Exclusive right here on the Enosh V channel.
Yeah, exclusive, all right.
All right.
Fake news, that's what that is.
But I told him, I said, nobody goes to see Ferdinand on opening night of Star Wars. And so he
So now
came.
I'm here. Yeah,
Yeah, you're here. And Brandon's here.
and Brandon's here.
We're all here. The whole gang's here. We got Landon and Logan.
Popcorn. Eating popcorn and watch.
We got our new friend John over there. There's John. There's Jocelyn over there.
So thanks for that.
Hey Jocelyn, what's up?
I had no idea.
We got Isaac Wan Kenobi down there.
Hi.
And down there on the very, very
how
end
is
is
he
a
Isaac
stranger.
Wan Kenobi?
That's Aaron.
I didn't know.
You straight
That's
up.
Aaron. And
AKA
Aaron Revington. Aaron Revington.
Something like that.
He's got an obsession with Revan, with Darth Revan. So anyway, so we're gonna sit here for about another half an hour, and wait for the previews to start.
Yeah.
So in about an hour, we'll watch.
Not only did we switch movies, but we're now sitting with no movie playing at the moment. So yeah.
That's why we make our own films.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what we do.
That makes sense.
I should have brought my lightsabers, and we could have like totally played right here in the middle and had
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, that would have been something.
Do you know when we came to see The Force Awakens, they would not allow people to bring their lightsabers and like blasters and stuff like that because they were considered a weapon. Yes,
So what, they allow you now to?
I don't know, but it was
dressed up like Jedis, though.
yeah, people dressed up as Jedi, but they specifically told
Can't
us
bring your sabers.
yeah, they specifically told us we could not bring our sabers.
I dressed up as a Jedi for episode 3 when I was young.
Did you? Aw, I can imagine. I was a grown adult back then. Man, I'm getting old.
Yeah, you are.
Dang. I was out till 5 in the morning that night.
No way.
Gosh.
How many of them have you seen? Like, yeah, how many of them have you seen in your lifetime?
Oh, I've seen all of them
Right,
in the
like
theater.
in theaters?
Yes, in theater, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I specifically remember being like 1 to 2 years old and consistently going to see Star Wars in the theater. Because it's not like today where it's like it has its theatrical run and then it goes away. Back then, Star Wars was such a hit, it just stayed in theaters. And then like they'd bring it back for special engagements and stuff. And so I remember going to see it like that. And then I specifically remember going to see The Empire Strikes Back. I was 3 years old. For my 4th birthday party, we had this, they had a Star Wars birthday party for me. And like, I was like giving them information about stuff. Like I understood the fact that Luke was not a Jedi yet at 3 years old. It's kind of crazy. And then I remember going to see, I saw Return of the Jedi twice in the theater. And yeah, and then episode 1, I was the point man for all my friends. Because I was, let's see, what was I, 22? Something like that. So, how old are you, Jordan?
23.
23. So I was like Jordan's age when episode 1 came out.
Only thing is, I hadn't seen any Star Wars films until the year Force Awakens came out.
So he's new, but
Yeah.
that's okay. We
Epically
still
new.
love him. So is Aaron. Aaron has watched all the Star Wars movies at our house. Well, not actually all of them. He hasn't watched the prequels at all.
Well, he hasn't watched the prequels, and he
No.
started watching Rogue One on his own.
Yeah. So, but it's kind of cool because, yeah, I was the point man for tickets for episode 1. Went to the midnight showing of episode 2. Went to the midnight
was
showing
your
of episode
reaction?
3.
What was your reaction
In Birch
after
Run.
you watched? as a
Excitement
22
before
year old?
and after. What was the reaction?
Episode 1?
Yeah, episode 1.
22-year-old.
Okay.
How?
Yeah. So,
You were
so
taken.
episode 1, I had waited, 16 years, and I was until right around that time, I didn't have a lot of friends who were into Star Wars. I was the Star Wars guy in my group, and but now I was like amongst a lot of Star Wars friends. So we were so geeked, and I was just so happy that a Star Wars movie was coming out, and I kept sitting there. Thinking, okay, most of the Star Wars movies, they start out a little slow, right? They build up, and stuff, and then you get in that second act, and man, it just kicks into gear. And it never kicked into gear. And by the time it got to something halfway cool looking, it was done. And
Was it the pod race?
the pod race, no, I hated the pod race
What
actually.
was your halfway cool part?
Well, it's Darth Maul, right?
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
Oh,
And I went into that movie really hoping that Darth Maul would be like a main antagonist, right?
Right.
That he would
Throughout
be,
all 3 films?
Yeah, I was looking because the way Darth Maul looked, I was hoping that he would like antagonize whoever he was fighting, like Vader antagonized Luke, and just just the things that he said and what he did and his presence and stuff, and he was completely silent. And I was just like, you got to be kidding me! What is this? And and it's always a bad thing when you have to like read a book to understand like how did they get from this like royal palace looking thing into this futuristic plasma conduit room. Like, what is that? And if you read the book, you understand why. But if you read books, you understand why. But you shouldn't have to.
Ask you if you're beyond movies. Do you like read the books?
Oh yes. I've read several books. In fact, today I put out a theory video on some things that I think that may happen in this movie related to stuff that happened in the books. Because when Disney bought them,
Buying everybody.
yeah, they're buying everybody now. When Disney bought them, they did away with a lot of the expanded universe stuff, like the stuff that was in the books. But now slowly they're reintroducing some of that stuff. So I have a feeling that we may see something tonight from that. But I haven't read all the books, but most of the books that came out back then. And I've read a couple of the books in the new canon.
What do you think we're seeing tonight?
Watch the other video? Is that what you're saying?
I have to watch the other video.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you when we're off screen. So, but yeah, well, so that was my episode 1 experience. I saw episode 1 6 times in the theaters. Kept waiting for it to get good.
Wow.
And it just never did. It never changed.
Is
And-
it hard for you to appreciate? Do you appreciate anything Star Wars, or is it hard for you to ignore the things that you don't like?
No, I do. I appreciate all Star Wars. And so now I have a different appreciation. Episode 1 is still hard to get through, but there's a couple of things in that movie that are really good, that I really like.
We did a day where we watched all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 before Force Awakens came out.
Yeah.
Had a bunch of people over, but it's one of those things that you don't need to put me on camera. But it was one of those things that, you know, he wasn't a huge fan of 1, 2, and 3, but watching him again with a bunch of different people, he said it kind of changed it, and he's like, you know, okay, I can appreciate some of these things.
Well, I hadn't watched episode 2 in a long time, and so watching it again after not having watched it for a long time, I actually did. I appreciate it a whole lot more. Hayden Christensen's acting is still horrible, but there are good things besides all the bad CGI and all that stuff. There's still some really good stuff in episode 2.
Storyline wise, I really like the Jedi Order and the powerful like force of how many good people there are.
Yeah.
And so that's why I love the original or the
Prequels.
Yeah. Because I just love the good guys.
Hey, and that's fine. And that's the great thing about Star Wars is there's something for everybody, really. And you know, it's okay to like what you like. You know, episode 3 was better, but it felt like just a continuation of that. You know, which was why I was really excited for episode 7 because it felt like a return to what Star Wars felt like again. You know, I thought that they did a little too much of taking out the Star Wars out of Star Wars for the prequels. It didn't feel like Star Wars, you know, and so I think that now going forward, everything has started to really feel like Star Wars, you know. So, anyways, so we're gonna talk some more, and I'm gonna tell him my theories, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
In front of the Ferdinand sticker.
Okay, so you're gonna see this after Tiffany and I do our live review, but we just walked out of the theater. You can see right here. I'm exhausted. Like, Tiffany, you're just gonna have to tell them how I reacted to this movie. No spoilers.
I'm not saying any spoilers. He turned into a 10-year-old boy who almost peed his pants in public. He was screaming so much during the movie that other people started joining in. He was that guy.
Yep.
What'd you think, Aaron?
It was a roller coaster. I didn't know what to think, and then it was just...
Then you still didn't know what to think.
I still don't know what to think.
Boys, did you like it?
It was amazing.
How would you rate it on Star Wars movies?
Definitely one of the top ones.
Yeah.
I gotta
I
say,
think it's my new favorite.
Empire is still always gonna be my favorite. But dang, if this movie just didn't knock it out of the park and like touch all the right spots,
Gotcha, the feels.
got me right in the feels. I cried like at least 3
Twice.
times. And then I just absolutely felt like I was going to come out of my body at one point. Just losing it because it was so amazing and awesome what I was seeing on the screen. Somebody's like messing with their car thing. But anyways,
It's getting all hothy out
so
here.
on a scale of 1 to 5, Tiff, what would you say?
2 billion.
Oh my gosh.
We like this scale. I'll give it a
I'd say
4.5 because I haven't seen all of them. So
an easy 5.
Oh, easy 5. Easy peasy 5. Man, where do they go from here?
Yeah, really.
That's the question.
Into space.
up and away.
I don't. You tell me.
We have to see it again this weekend just to take it all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This did not feel like the middle episode, did it?
No.
This felt like a closer,
Yeah.
didn't it? Mm-hmm. It felt like that it was closing out, and yet there's another movie. Holy crap! Okay, so that's the end. We're in a snow globe here.
It's getting all hot.
We're gonna go home.
He's catching snowflakes out here.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm catching popcorn.
All right. Until next time, may the force be with you and stuff.
And stuff. And also with you.
And wow, just wow. All right,
Go see
bye.
it.
See
Bye.
it. Go see it.
Yes.
All right,
If you don't, you're a liar.
bye.